recording? I want to see some crazy stuff. Look at this.
Inception type deal.
Goes back to it. I like how it goes to you. Hey, you guys. My name is Cisco.
My name's Michael.
And we are here today giving you a top 5 guns of 2017 that were released this year, 2017, of course. These are our personal picks. Obviously, it's going to vary between everyone else, but we kind of agreed on a set list.
We tried to agree.
Yeah, enough of that. All right, let's get into the first gun. We're going to go from 5 to 1. Our number 5 on the list is
the Classic Army Nemesis Hex series. I believe this is a 12-inch variant. I picked this as a number 5 just because of the fact that it is a little more on the pricier end for the premium market, but you do get a lot of features with it. Full metal build, really sturdy. It is just a little bit heavy for my taste, and that's why I can't put it any higher than number 5, honestly. So
you know, let me get a hold of it.
Let me get that.
I do agree it is fairly heavy, but there are a lot of features that I do like. I mean, I do like that it has M-lock, even though the front, where I would naturally put my hand, is going to be where I would have all of my accessories that already have the Picatinny rails. I do like the Honey Badger style stock, but it does limit you on the battery space. It comes in at about $420, right?
$420.
$420. It is already wired to Deans. If you've seen a video, any of our videos on this gun, you know how upgraded it is already.
The dope dust cover right there. The flag is wrong way, but hey, can't ask too much of that. Flag is the wrong way because these stripes are always back. Stars are always forward.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I was like, what are you talking about? All right.
All right, so moving on to the number 4 gun.
Our number 4 pick is the Crytek Vector. This is the SMG, of course, the AEG version. Coming in at $450.
$450.
$450 before taxes. It's a really unique gun, performs very well. Obviously, Crytek internals. I do like it. It's really lightweight. If you guys saw my video about it, it's really cool performing. What I mentioned in the video that I find is a con now is the lip around the magazine well. It does prevent you from hitting the magazine release while holding the gun, but actually getting rid of the magazine is kind of a bummer. And pass over to Mike. Grab it, Mike.
And you know what? I was excited for this gun when they first announced that they were making an AEG version, but honestly, I feel like for the price point, it just doesn't perform as well as I would like for a gun of this price. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get great externals with it, you get the 1-to-1 sizing with the actual Vector, you get a Vector in an AEG version, which before all you could get was a KWA Classic Arm, or KWA gas pullback one. But I'm just not impressed with the way it came out. It took too long. The hype died down.
That's the main thing. I personally think, I think Mike agrees, that it was a lot of hype. It was expected for a long time. It just kept getting delayed and delayed. And a lot of other guns came out in the time that it should have came out, and it just kind of killed it. And
it's like you can also get any SMG. Like you can get one of the competition Elite Force MP5s for like $150 and make it perform just as well as this for around the same price point. And MP5 mags are abundant at this point. You can get them in almost any store now.
True, compared to this one where it's just
a proprietary magazine, and these are sold out everywhere as far as I know.
Yeah.
Kevin, don't smack me in the face right now.
No, my bad.
All right, so that's our number 4 spot. So moving on to number 3, we got the Classic Army Microgun. So as you guys know, Cisco himself killed penny deals with this thing.
I forgot.
How could you forget about killing penny deals with that, man? While he's dying of laughter from
I was thinking more of the video that I did when we first got it in, when I took it to the back lot, and I just destroyed a whole bunch of boxes. I was thinking more of that video. That's hilarious. I completely forgot about it.
Anyways, we put this as number 3 because the next cheapest minigun or rotating barrel style gun, I believe, is $2,500.
Yep.
You can get this thing for under $1,000 out the door and probably shipped anywhere in the U.S. for under $1,000. It is powered by a battery which turns the barrels, and you can either use a Eurospec can, so like the New Prol or the Puff Dino gas, as well as HPA line as well.
Yep.
So do you want to say anything about this one?
Yeah, let me grab that.
Take that out your hands.
All right, so I really like how lightweight it is. What is it like?
It's like 8 pounds, I think.
Yeah, we literally picked up the full size 6-barrel minigun in the back.
I think that's like a 35-pound gun.
Yeah, it was pretty hefty. And like I picked it up, I was like, oh, never mind, and I just kind of set it down.
It's heavier than my Crytek.
This is more reasonable. It's more practicable, practical. Making up words here. It's more practical because it's just lightweight. You can run around with it. Having HPA is really cool too. The older version that I remember from back in the day, you needed like a motorcycle battery to power it, and that sucked.
And that was like only like a 1,000-round box mag, wasn't it?
Yeah, that literally wasn't a very stuck out.
Yeah, and feeding wise, it wasn't a very good feeding system either.
Exactly, compared to this tube that's spring loaded.
It's almost like a hopper with the spring pushing the BBs down. This holds 2,200 BBs, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's a good amount. It'll last you a very long time. And it being HPA powered, you can adjust the FPS. From what we were told, it can go anywhere from 350 to 440, 450, somewhere around. Maybe. I think a little bit less.
Do not exceed 120 PSI in the regulator, though.
Yeah,
that's what they recommend. And they do have an upgrade kit coming out pretty soon to up it from 30 rounds a second to 40 rounds a second, too.
What,
so,
really?
Yeah, Classic Army announced that when this came out. So.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
So,
all right.
Moving on to number 2.
Number 2 is...
let's just go get that one.
Oh, yeah. I love this one. This one is the ARP9 by G&G. It is a polymer body with the metal 5-inch M-lock rail. It comes with the Night Style iron sights.
Updated Night Style.
Updated.
Updated Night Style.
Really lightweight, really compact. Now, we put this at number 2 because it's half the price of the Vector while still being competitive with the Vector. Now, the responsiveness from the gun isn't as good as the Vector, but it's very competitive. Like, you could literally just, like, if you hear it, I know the Krytac has the micro trigger, but this one performs very well also. Very lightweight, very compact. Literally just, if you use it for like a back and forth sniper rifle, or if you're going indoors really, like fast-paced CQB style. I'm gonna
take this off your hand.
Yeah, no worries.
Go ahead and finish that. What were you saying right there?
I lost my train of thought, but very lightweight, very compact, really cool looking, and there is a lot of space compared to like the Vector pistol grip,
just the pistol grip for battery,
or
space.
Even the Nemesis, or this tube. Like in here, it's so much more wider.
So, what I want to touch on was, yes, it is, I believe, less than half the price for this as opposed to the Vector. I believe the gun itself is $210, or if you want to get the package, it's like $240 with the 7.4 LiPo and LiPo charger.
Yep.
Another thing that Cisco had found out too was you can actually pull the upper off of this and slap the Predator uppers onto these.
Yeah. So I own a lot of G&G guns. If you guys haven't seen any of my other uncut videos. If you saw my mini tactical gearheads where I swapped uppers in the middle of the video.
I'm going to leak a picture of your closet so people can get an idea.
Do you have a picture of the closet?
I don't, but next time I'm in your place, I will.
I actually took the upper receiver off of the prototype one that we had, and I slapped a Honey Badger style upper that I had on it and made it a little bit longer. And I know I could have easily put my SPR build or my Block 2 build or my Mark 18 or whatever on there.
So for those of you that have G&Gs, if you pick this up, you can slap any upper onto this.
Yep.
So that's
unlike the older version, it has the rotary style hop-up unit.
It does.
That's always really cool.
Yeah, so it clicks into place, really solid. And honestly, if I were choosing between the ARP9 and the Vector, I'd go with the ARP9 just because it's so much less. And for a small fee, you can get it upgraded. And you can even take the Prometheus barrels that are cut for Krytacs, drop in here and get better performance than the stock Vector. But obviously, if you drop the same barrel on that, you'll get the same performance.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is our pick for number 2.
Yep.
So before we go on to number 1, we're just going to have an honorable mention. Because it's technically not out yet, we would still like to mention
this is the way you pull it out.
Raptor PKP. This guy is going to be retailing for about $700. They're not out quite yet, but they're going to be selling for about $700. Now, you're saying that's pricey, same price as the Microgun, but for people in the past that wanted PKP, they'd have to do all this custom fabbing themselves. So now you have a complete gun, and if you already own a PKM by A&K, you can pick up the conversion kit for only $330.
Yep.
So instead of having to go spend hours custom cutting your own stuff, all you gotta do is get the kit and slap it on there.
And this is limited edition. They only made
300.
Like 300 of these?
Only 300.
Yeah. And according to our texts and other sources, we heard that the A&K, the PKM, is the most, like, the dopest,
the most reliable feeding system that you can get, because it's not like the standard spring tube where you have a motor feeding them through a tube. It's literally just straight up like a standard high cap.
Yeah, it's like the best like machine gun in the airsoft market.
So that's our honorable mention because it technically isn't out yet. We really can't put it on this list, but we'd love to have mentioned it anyways. Yeah. So let's move on to our number one spot.
Our number one spot is going to... I cannot do it.
That was terrible. The BFC Avalon is taking our number one spot. So this particular one is the full-size Calibur Carbine. It's modeled out for 416. You have to use the tongue and groove. So if you have like the Giselle rails, it'll go right on here.
Yeah.
The reason we put this at number one is because for the price point you get it at, you get just so much with it. You get great performance, reliability, 11-1 ready, and it is just
dope looking.
Dope looking. I was also going to say a 1-year warranty. So
oh, it does. It has a 1-year warranty through us. That's
through
something I forgot
us, not through Elite Force. Through us.
Through us. So if you buy through us, you take it back to us and we'll fix it for you. That is everything internally. If you break it externally, you're kind of on your own there. Sorry, but
so, do you want to take this?
I do actually. Let me hop on this real quick. I do like that, even though it's still full metal. It's fairly lightweight compared to the Nemesis. The Nemesis body is for some reason just super heavy. Like he said, this is the Calibur version. There is the Saber that is the standard M4 platform that can take any aftermarket rails. Internal, I think we talked about everything internally already. Quick change spring system, inline MOSFET.
Inline MOSFET, 16-1 stainless steel gears.
Yeah.
Rotary style hop-up unit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good compression parts.
There it goes. Oh yeah.
And the fire selector. Trigger finger rest. I never thought I needed one until I actually saw this in store.
It's actually really nice because normally when I'm firing, my finger will normally sit about right there anyways, and having it there just gives a good reference point. I do like the QRS stock, and the QRS pistol grip is really cool, as well as the lightning bolt trigger. Nothing but great things to say. This is why it's our number one pick, and it's honestly a popular pick out of all of our customers in the storefront as well. They'll come in and look for a high-end gun and immediately see this and fall in love with it. Yeah. So, anything else, man?
Starts at $350. This particular one is $370. So
yeah, they do make the shorter version of the Calibur, and then they make the long and short version of the Saber as well, and they make it in a bronze color as well.
Yeah, the bronze. If you remember
the limited edition 416, was it
the 416, the C? 416C and the M27s, and then even the G28s now.
Yep, it's that same bronze color.
Similar bronzing, yeah.
Yeah, looks really good. And it's OEM'd. Elite Force, the 416 HK guns were OEM'd by BFC as well. So it's the same great internal quality build. You have nothing to complain about with these guns. All right, that was our top 5 pick, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What are your top 5 guns? I can't speak today. Mike, take it away.
What are your top 5 guns? What would you put? Would you keep the same as us? Would you replace anything? Would you add anything? So let us know.
Price wasn't really an issue. Obviously, if you're looking for a gun on a budget,
you can get G&G, you can get Lancer Tactical, a lot of the lower end Elite Force stuff. ASG makes good stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff for when you're on a budget, but for us,
we were just looking at guns
that were released this year. Most popular, best bang for your buck, most reliable. So we wanted to do something that we thought was a good balance of everything. Exactly. And you know what? Elite Force did nab the Glock trades, but they're not out yet.
I keep looking at this. That's what I keep looking down at.
And Glocks have been out for a while now, so we didn't want to put them on this list.
Oh, yeah. They come out December.
I believe December is what they were shooting for.
All right. So let us know in the comments below. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and go ahead and subscribe. Show your friends. Views will help us spread the love of Airsoft to everyone. So we'll see you guys next time.